Hey guys, today we're talking Legion, the second season. I think I did the review for the first season. I'll try to find it and post it at the end of the video. But this second season was actually pretty fun. Some of the chapters were a little bit slow, and I get that people see this series as something a little bit too complicated for mutants series. I mean, it should be more action, it should be more fun, and some people prefer Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and things like that. I saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. maybe twice, and to be honest, I just couldn't with that. I mean, I just thought it was so stupid, to be honest. And if you like it, that's fine, but it's not my kind of series, or like the CW series with the DC comic characters, The Flash and all that. That's just too teenager for me, and I think it's kind of boring. But in Legion, I think it's really interesting that they explore, questions of philosophy and deep thought. I mean, there are some things that are really interesting that really make you think, and it's really good that they use the powers of David Haller of Legion to, exemplify all of that. What is insanity? What is to be sane? What is reality? What is not reality? All of those things. It's really interesting because sometimes you actually do ask yourself those questions. You actually go, well, is it this the reality? Is this really all that there is? I mean, it's really interesting. And David Haller, after all, is one of the most powerful mutants in the comic book. So of course he's one of the most powerful mutants ever to be portrayed in any type of media. I mean, you can see, if you saw the season finale, I mean, he's incredibly powerful. He can do things that no one even think that he can do. I mean, it's just amazing. And Dan Stevens is just amazing in this part. He's really, really, really good. I mean, I really loved him when he was in Downton Abbey, and I didn't realize how young he was back there. He looked older, and now he looks younger, but he's older, and he's really handsome, but he's really good in this series. He's really good portraying this kind of delusional, insane kind of person who lies to himself, basically, which is kind of one of the interesting parts of the series. And everyone in the cast is really, really great. I mean, they are really good, and they really know how to use their powers when it's necessary. And of course, it's a TV show, so they can use their powers like every 5 seconds because it would be too expensive. But when they use them, it really makes sense. How they portray the astral plane and the mind plane, let's say, and all the powers of the Shadow King, for example. It's really, really good, and it goes really dark, and that's very different from what we see, for example, in the MCU, which would own Legion if Disney buys Fox, but that may not happen, so who knows. But it's really interesting, the contrast that there is. I mean, the X-Men, I personally think they have always gone a little bit darker and a little bit more social, if you will, and I think Legion does the same thing and goes even further, and the MCU is a little bit shy in that area, and I think it's great that we have series like these that really go a long way and say, these people, yeah, they might be good, but they can also be the baddest of the bad. I mean, they can really be awful. I mean, there are things that happen this season, such as Lenny being infused in the body of, David's sister. That was really awful. I mean, just imagine how one would feel if that happened. I mean, it's just disgusting and horrifying, and it's terrible. And he has killed a lot of people looking for Farouk, and Farouk has killed a lot of other people. Doesn't shy away from blood or from gore, from things that are really, really dark inside your mind, and how people relate to one another. There's love, but there's also deception and disappointment a little bit, and the feeling of being lost, and all of that really encompasses what being a mutant would be like. A mutant won't be like, yes, it's all fun and great and awesome. It's a dark path, it's a dark thing, because you're rejected by everyone else. And that's what makes this series interesting, that there's this rejection, but in themselves they have a lot of other things going on. So it's really, really interesting how they made this new season. And of course, season 3 is going to be just insane because of all the things that could happen. I mean, that was going to be just amazing. I think it's going to be great. I mean, some people got bored of this series, some people thought it was too long, too slow. I mean, I cannot deal with those people. I mean, there are people that get bored with anything and just want easy things to get to them, and I'm not about that. I mean, series that are too easy, yes, I watch a couple. I watch Big Bang Theory, for example, but that's not the only kind of series I want to see. I want to see things like Westworld or Game of Thrones, where you kind of think about stuff that happens in the world, in the real world, that they're applicable to our reality, and that's really great, and that's what Legion does, I think. Yes, it had some really slow parts. Yes, some of the things are a little bit confusing, and I would even, eliminate a chapter maybe and one of the episodes that didn't really brought anything new. But besides that, it has always been fun, funny, entertaining. I mean, it's just a blast, I think. So yeah, just watch Legion if you haven't, season 1 and season 2, of course. And please like this review and leave a comment down below if you have seen this season and what you think about it. Please share this video on social media and of course, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Goodbye.